Hey guys, so this is the guitar I did the repair on. As you can see, it looks a lot better. I just used a little pencil to kind of fill in, like a wood filler pencil, to fill in these cracks and stuff like that, or the little pieces of wood that were missing. All right, but seems pretty good. And now I'm going to show you how to restring a nylon guitar. Okay, so now first thing is to make sure that you have a nylon string guitar. It requires a couple things. One is the headstock. If the tuners are like this, right, where they're inside the headstock like that, it's probably a nylon string guitar. Another giveaway is the bridge. Now, if you have holes on the side for the string to go on, your best bet is to not put steel strings on this thing, okay? Because if you do that, you're gonna rip the bridge right off, okay? The way you can tell if it is a steel string guitar is if, like in this guitar, this is a 12 string, is if you have these pegs. So these pegs go into the guitar. So the strings go inside the guitar here, right? Which means they're not just being held down by the bridge, but they're being held down by the body of the guitar itself, okay? And the pegs are kind of holding it in place. And so if you see a bridge like this, your best bet is to put nylon strings on it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I have a couple tools here. This is it holds the guitar neck up. So I have that for that. Okay, I have this tool here, which just a string winder. Okay, and a string cutter. So you can put the string there and cut it, and it winds it. And then I have the strings. Now you don't need any of these tools. I just like them because it makes it go by a little bit faster. They even have electric drills of this, which I don't know. I don't think I'm going to buy that, but this thing was pretty cool. Alright, so, and then of course the nylon strings. So now look, so this is what's going to happen. First you're going to take your string, stick it through like this, okay? Alright, so we have our string coming through here, okay? And you know, we have the end of it over here. We have this part here. So what we're going to do is we're going to loop this short end underneath this part. So it makes like this loop here. But now what we're going to do is we're going to pull it underneath. Okay, so now we're left with a loop here, right? You see that little loop on top? So we have that little loop. We're going to do one more of those. Just stick it under again. Okay. And there we have our thing. Okay? So that's going to be how we do that. We'll do that with the next one as well. So again, so this is the third string, so this is our G string here. So remember, we're going to bring this out. This one's probably a little harder to see. But we bring it out and we make sure this is straight. Go underneath the string, right? It's giving us our loop here. And then we're going to do one loop and one more. We're going to do one more. Okay, and then we just pull that tight. Bam. Good to go. Okay. Alright, we're going to put the D string in like so. We're going to do the same thing again. I'm a big fan of repetition because that's really how you learn things, right? Repetition. So remember, we're going to go over, or sorry, under the string, okay? Loop it under a second time. Pull it, boom, done. And we can shave these, we can cut these off at the end if we want. Like some people just tie them to each other. I might just cut it. We'll see. Let's see how I feel. Like this one's probably going to get cut, but we'll do that. All right, so we got that one, and now the high E string. We're going to do. Make sure you get them in the proper hole. If you get in the wrong hole, you're going to have a problem. All right. So remember, we're going under the string, giving us that loop. Okay, so we have our little loop there. Probably hard to see because it's clear. Then we're going to go under 1 and 2. Okay, so do that. Boom. That was funny. Okay, and now we're going to do A string and the B string. So let's do the B string. So we're going to do our B string now. Stick that through. Remember what we're doing, we have our short end coming out from the bridge. The long end is going to go over to the headstock, okay? And we're going to we're bringing this under the long end. So the short end goes under the long, creates that little loop, okay? And then we're going to bring it under, pull a little tighter, and we go under a second time. So we're going under the string twice after the loop, right? And you see how I'm starting to just tie these together like that? Yeah, some guys do that. It's okay. Alright, it's not going to affect the sound, because the sound comes from here and there. It's the wood and all that stuff that does it. Now we're going to do our A string. So remember, we have our short end over here. Bring it over. Right, so now we have our loop. Now we're going to bring it under 1, and then under a second time. Tighten it. Alright, so our strings are good on this side. Now we're going to move over to the other side here. So we have a nice opportunity here to get the holes angled at a point where it's easy to access them. So let's do that. Alright. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to send this thing right through. Alright. And now with steel strings, I just pull them in completely taut, right? I'll just pull it all the way through and taut, but we're not going to do that with the classical guitars. Okay, with these nylon strings, it's a little bit different. So what we're going to do, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of space, and we're gonna actually do the same thing here. We're going to do like a loop. Okay, so we're going to loop it in like that, and pull it tight. Boom. Okay, so now we have that. Okay, so the guitar is now restrung, okay, and I tuned it. Let's see if it holds tuning. So it holds tuning pretty well. Now a little tip, all right, when you restring a guitar, there's going to be a little bit of give, like over in the bridge or in the headstock area. You know, just stuff you couldn't pull tight enough, right? So what you want to do is just actually snap the string a little bit and pull it up and see if it goes out of tune, then you just adjust it. And do that a few times. Until that stops happening. Once it stays in tune from snapping it like this, like that, you see? Now we know it's in tune, it's not going to go anywhere. So we'll do the same thing with this string, and we can wiggle it too. I like to wiggle it sometimes, just that helps. Snapping it helps you hear that it goes lower. So you went a little down. And now we'll snap it again, do a little wiggle like this, snap it. Now it's staying in tune. So we'll go to the next one. And then we'll snap that one. I like to wiggle it too. I feel like this gets more of it by doing like this, but you can hear that it's changed pitch. So now we'll do a couple snaps here, see if it goes down again. It went down there. So that one needs to be broken in a little bit more. Keep yanking on it like this. And do the same thing when we do each string, okay? We're going to do that with each string until they stay in tune. If you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is the guitar is going to go out of tune a lot, okay? And I noticed that some, especially newer players, what they'll do is they'll restring their guitar, and then they'll complain about how after they restrung it, it just goes out of tune all the time. Well, you have to really do this to get the strings to stay in tune, right? So like wiggling it like this, right? Pulling on it, snapping it like that. Right? You want to kind of wear out any of that little give, that little bit of space that's inside there. Okay? And now see, we're going to wiggle it again. It's very important to do this. This is something that I guess maybe some people overlook. I don't know. But I do get people complaining that their guitar goes out of tune when they restring it. Well, this would be why. I'm going to overshoot it a little bit because this one's definitely going to have some give. But we're going to keep doing that. Right? Give it a good wiggle. You can hear it definitely change there. A little bit. Went down a little bit. Pull it. But you notice every time you do it, it stays closer and closer to the note that you're trying to get it to. So that's a good thing. That means that you're getting closer and closer until there's a point where it just doesn't change. That's when you know you're good. See, that time is just a little bit. I might do it again. Let's see what happens here. So I'm really yanking on it this time. Let's see. Okay, that was pretty close that time. All right. Okay, so now this thing sounds beautiful. And there we go. Brand new strings on the guitar. I know it's righty, so I'm playing it upside down. It's a little weird. But we got brand new strings, guitar's in tune, and this is the guitar that I fixed in the last video. This is the one that had the headstock that was broken. So it's in great condition now. All right, guys, if you liked this video, if you found it helpful, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit notifications so you can stay updated on all the videos that come out. Thanks for watching.